Hey guys, welcome to episode number 4. We are working now at the Open Storage project. That is a project we started a few episodes ago. And the project is about storing information at the open internet for anyone to access. And by anyone, I'm talking about the people who have bots following other bots. So the idea is that the signals are going to be stored at the open internet. They are actually not going to go through the peer-to-peer network to reduce the bandwidth and CPU usage of network nodes. We're going to only to send a key to access that information that is going to be already stored at some open place in the internet. We have the concept of storage providers, GitHub being one of them. We have in mind to build a super algo storage provider so that you can run a server that store your information. It's a very, very simple stuff. Or maybe you can run it at home. So the idea is that we keep the network only for sending the key to access that information. So we were working on this and we will return to the code right now. Okay, the place we were, it was not here, but here. What we did last session was to upgrade this task server so as to make a setup of the open storage features that are going to be set up only when we have this when we have our bot running at the task. When we have this guy here that is pointing to a social trading bot, that automatically means that we need a storage. We need open storage because what we are saying here is that this social trading bot is either going to be emitting signals or receiving signals. So for both cases, we will need the open storage feature to be set up. And when we find that, then we instantiate this open storage client that we start developing last episode. And that we have to complete now. This open storage client accesses, for now, this GitHub server. No, this GitHub storage, that is another module of the open storage project. We expect to have many different storage providers, GitHub being one. So for accessing GitHub as a storage provider, we have built this small module. Here we can save a file and load a file. Okay. This is not really needed because this is part of the platform client. Okay, so there are a few things missing before I can make the first test of this. Probably the first one is the load function. Also, I can see here missing that we are going to be using GitHub storage, but we don't really know, or we haven't even asked here, if the container, the storage container, is a container under the GitHub storage mechanism. You see, we have GitHub storage and the storage container. But we might have another type of storage that is the SuperAlgo storage, and maybe there are, over time, we build a collection of different storage providers, especially with companies that provide free storage, GitHub in the form of GitHub repositories. There might be some others. So to fix this, I'm going to ask here for the parent node and switch between the different types of parent node. Okay. So we know that the parent node exists because we are asking for that. No, we don't know if it exists or not. So here, here we are asking if the parent node exists. Otherwise, we ignore this storage container reference. Okay. So this is what we are going to do. We're going to switch by the parent node type. So if this guy is a GitHub storage, then why this is so annoying? Never forget to put a break in each case. So if it is a GitHub storage, we are going to do exactly what we were doing. Okay. But if it is a SuperAlgo storage, then for now, to do build SuperAlgo storage provider. So as we don't have this one and we are not going to have it right now, we're going to leave it like this. But at least it's more clear what is going on. Okay? Okay, good. Okay, the next thing I want to try is to build this function. I'm seeing this is gray out. I'm wondering why. Available containers. So I got one of these. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good. Oops. So let me check this one more time. So available storage container references. So I get one of these guys like this. Then the reference parent is the container. The parent node is the storage provider. So the storage container is this, and the storage provider is this. Okay, it looks better now. Okay, then we are going to load the file. To load the file, okay, so what did we decide to do? Here what we are doing is that if we have more than one storage provider to store our information, what we are going to do is to store it at all of them because we are iterating. Okay, we're going to write this here. We are going to save this file at all of the storage containers defined. So we expect people to use only one. If you have GitHub, you can expect GitHub to be available most of the time. But if you're dealing with huge amount of money, or your followers are dealing with a huge amount of money, you have millions of followers, then you might want to save the signals at many different places. Okay, so for that situation is that we allow users to define multiple storage containers, multiple GitHub repositories, probably in multiple accounts or multiple providers, GitHub and some others. So if users define more than one, we are going to save them at all the places that they define. That's the behavior, the default behavior here. But when we have to read the information, when we have to load the file, we are going to load it from one of the defined storage. So then there are different things we could do. We could try to go in order of the definitions and always read from the first one, and the second one would be like a backup. That would be a way to do it. Another way would be to pick randomly one of the containers and try to read from there. And if it doesn't respond, then we pick some other one. So it would be like a load balancing stuff. I would pick the first option now because the second one it could be interesting, and maybe this should be something that some configuration should tell us which one to do. But I guess that first we're going to be using GitHub, and as we grow and as these trading operations grow, people might use a secondary, not as important as GitHub, probably their own storage as a backup for whenever GitHub itself is down. Um, so yeah, so what we are going to do is we're going to read, we're going to enter into a loop. So we're going to take this as a template, and here we're going to load this file from the storage containers defined. We are going to try to read it first from the first storage container, and if it is not possible, we will try with the next one. Okay, so again we are looping through all the storage containers. Anything not well defined will make us ignore that, and we're going to do like this. File content, the file content is what we are going to get. Okay, okay, so it should be more or less like this. Okay, so we are ready to test this. It's not that it's not that this is perfect. There is almost no error handling here. We will have to polish that afterwards when we see that this is more or less working. So I'm going to test it from here. I'm still not going to modify the signals code so as to make sure that this is really very well, really working. So what I'm going to do is what the signal modules are going to be doing, that is use this. First we're going to save a file. Okay. So of course there is no mechanism yet by which we are handling what happens if something fails, okay? So we are assuming everything is going smoothly. Okay, so something very similar to this is what the signal modules are going to do. We're going to do file content or save file content. Okay. So our first goal would be for this to work, just to work. Okay. So to test this, we're just going to run it here and start the task in debug mode here. This task. So let's do it and see how far we can get. Ooh. It didn't get any far. Okay, where are we here? I got lost. Okay, we are here. Why is this not running? Something's wrong here. Let's check this. We need the platform to be running. It was running, but we're going to run it again. Okay. Now I can see I downloaded the latest version and I haven't updated and I haven't run no setup which install new dependencies. So we're going to do that now. Okay, this might take a while. So there was one thing I was thinking, that is that we have seen when we were backtesting the signals, the signal features, we were seeing that many signals, many candles per second were produced. So I was thinking that if we are going to be saving a file for each candle, then that will require that whoever is the storage provider allow us to send several requests per second. But also our own peer-to-peer network, then it should allow us to send many signal keys to get those files per second. But actually We don't want that to happen. We don't want people to be sending several messages per second. We want to build a network that is resilient. And even though with a lot of token power, you will be able to have more bandwidth assigned, or the right of to more bandwidth at the peer-to-peer network, we don't want you to be bombarding the network with every candle you are backtesting, for example. Um, so I believe that one thing that we are going to end up doing is to build a mechanism here at the open storage to receive all the candles worth of signals and accumulate them and store them at a certain frequency. Let's say every 1 second. So every second it creates a file with all the signals with all the candles that it has, and it records that at the storage providers. And when that is ready, then it can probably use a callback so that the keys to that file are distributed via the network. If we do it like this, then that would mean that there would be a mechanism that it will go at its own speed, whatever it is, every 1 second, every 2 seconds, every half a second, whatever. That means that the access to the network will be inside that thing that is that new type of mechanism. um, yeah, I believe that is the way to go here in this case, so that it doesn't matter if you're running a backtest or live test, you can never go faster than that mechanism. Of course, of course, of course, if you modify the software and you put it to run faster, we will have a protection at the peer-to-peer network nodes that is going to limit your rate of sending stuff through there. That is dependent on the token power you're assigning to your network client. So the network itself should be protected. Okay. So this just finished. Let's return to the code. It took quite a while to get all the dependencies working. It seems that we have also TensorFlow and everything now. Okay, so let's run again the Node platform. So I'm going to run the task now. It was not running because of the dependencies, but for some reason here it was not showing the cause. So let's run this task. Hmm, not having a lot of luck today. Okay, the task is not running. The platform it is running. But what I'm going to do is to run the task at Node.js to see why why it's broken. Okay, run. Hmm. So the secret stuff we were working in the previous episode doesn't really work. At least not here. Secrets. Oops. Secrets initialize. Okay, let's check this out. Task server root 69. Task server root 69. Why are you not working? Secrets. New secrets. Hold on. How does this function have if this function initialize? I don't understand. Okay, yes, I understand. But how did this work at the platform? When I run it right now, it has exactly the same code or not. Maybe not, because I merged a pull request. Task server root Wait a minute, setting up secrets. Desktop, network, tax server, but it's not at the platform. Okay, it seems that we didn't need the secrets at the platform so far. Okay, so the thing is that we have a reference to this module that inside has this function. So that's why we don't have the initialize, because we haven't executed this function that returns this object. Okay. So what we're going to do is to name this function and to execute it here, like in this case. Okay. So the same thing we are going to do. Desktop root, React, network root, and task server root is where we are now. Okay, so we run this again, task server root. Now we are here. Now we initialize. Okay, now there is a problem inside this secrets execution. Secrets 34. This is undefined. SA secrets. Okay, so we are going to debug this again. Here we go. We have the secrets. Okay. So here we have the secrets array should be here. And this should be this guy array here. So let's go again. So we got here, we got the secrets array, we got the other secrets, API secrets. So we're going through this. So for each element of the array, we're going to put it in a map using the code name as a key. Okay, and then we come here, and here we have this very long code name as our key. Okay, and now this would be running. So I'm going to record it. We fix this bug fix with secrets for app model. Okay. Okay, so now this is working. That means that we can run this task. That means that I can come here. Okay, because this cancel, this got stuck, I need to refresh it. Okay, let's recap. We have built the open storage project to store files. The files that are going to be stored there are going to be on one side signals provided by the Trading Signals project. This might contain several signals inside candles inside a file, as we are starting to see clearly now. Okay, now I have my task running. Let's remove all this. We don't need it anymore. So that we can come back to the task server. So this is running. I'm going to debug from here. Not so fast. Property of undefined. So it seems that this is not good here, or this guy. SA projects open storage modules open storage client. So let me see if this got stuck. No, okay. So something is wrong with this path. I'm just going to debug it again. My God, it's not running. Why is not running now? Why is not running? It was running before the breakpoint. What changed? This is strange. Why is this not working? Okay, the platform is not working. Okay, let me run this again. Remember, the platform needs to be running in order for a task to run even at Visual Studio Code. Okay, that doesn't seem to be the problem here, but what is it? What a waste of time. What is the secret stuff? Okay, it's not the platform that we need, it's the task server root. Okay, now it's running. So what is going on? So now it's running. And didn't change anything. Just loaded this file in here. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, here we are. So this was undefined. So we have the project open storage. It doesn't look good because the open storage doesn't have all this stuff. Utility task modules, bot modules, function libraries. Okay, they are empty. So it looks like a bad definition. It looks like a bad definition at the project schema. Let's put this here. So we are looking to this guy. Okay, it's not SA, it's TS. So the open storage client, we will need it at the task server and also at the other places or not? Yes, at the desktop we need it to fetch the signal. So this definition should be moved into here. So we put it in SA because it's not going to be needed at the task server, but at different applications, or SuperAlgos applications, which include the task server, the platform, the desktop app, mobile, and so on. So it seems that here I was trying to fetch it from there, but it obviously was not there. So we will run this again. Hopefully it's going to run. No. There's something wrong here. There is something wrong that I don't understand. Because when I stop it here, now a different problem. Okay, it's not located at the right place, the module itself. So this folder modules, I'm going to cut it and put it inside this one. But it didn't do it well. Cut. Okay, now it's good. Modules, utilities. Let's see if we take it from here. No breakpoint. Okay. So we debug. And we got it here. So this is going to be good. Initialize. Okay, available storage. Yes. So we continue. We're going to try to save this file. So here we are. We got the storage container. The parent is GitHub storage. So we are pretty much very well so far. Okay. Okay. So we will get the token that so far is not my actual token. It's something else. Okay, there's a problem there. Okay, I don't need this guy or this guy or this guy anymore. So SL AutoKit is not defined. That means that here we didn't require AutoKit like we did at the platform root. Okay, let's go again. Debug. We go all the way up to here. Again. This is good. Repository, very good. This is what we had at the config UI. We have the owner, we have the branch, we have the message, the complete path makes sense. Okay, now this GraphQL stuff. Remember, I haven't put my token yet, so it might fail because of that. I don't know exactly what is going on in here. And I don't know why this is stopping here. I don't really understand why this is executing again, but whatever. Okay, crash. Bad credentials. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to get my actual GitHub token, or maybe I will get a new token for this, because otherwise I have to switch workspaces. Yeah. So this is how you get a GitHub token. GitHub token, access token. Yeah, I will delete the one I have. Revoke all. And generate a new token. I will not let it expire and put something like superalgos here. And here we have the token. So the token goes now to these API secrets, and it's going to be here. Of course, after the video, I have to remember to change it. But in the meantime, we will use this one. going to start this again. It's not running, right? No. There is something not working well here. I don't really understand what, because I'm running this, but it's not working, or sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not. It wouldn't say anything. Why? It looks like some kind of race condition internally, because when I debug here and I run, then it works. I wonder what can it be. There is a mechanism how this get in touch with the platform via WebSockets and events. Maybe sometimes it's sending, maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's sending an event and the response comes too fast before it gets to listening to it. Something like this might be going on there, but it's unusual. I haven't had this problem lately. Okay, so this is running. Then here is running. Then here is running. Okay. Then, okay, there's something going on here because I got here 2 times and there is really no reason why. Well, whatever. Repository name superalias object null. So what is going on here? Okay, I don't want this to be the repository name. Um, the repository name should be repo. Okay. Okay, let's run again. Even with the breakpoint, it's not stopping now. Okay, so I'm one time here, wondering why this executes two times, but we will figure that out a second time. Okay, maybe this means, I don't know what it means. So what we are trying to do here, apparently, because I copied this code from somebody else was using it to get a SHA, that my guess is that is a hash of the file name that is going to be stored. But I don't really know exactly how this works. I just copy this and replace this stuff. Main. So the repository exists. My trading signals. It is here. It has a main branch, my trading signals. And it is at my account. Okay, and maybe I can take a look at the place where I took this info from to see if the parameters that I'm sending are the same that I'm sending here. Because why would this have expression branch plus path? And yeah, okay, this is where I was taking this from. Get SHA. Here is using a path. In this case, the repository name is superalgos. It's supposed to be the fork of the superalgos repository. Um, so the only difference I see is this path, or I don't see a difference, but let's check the path. The path is a folder path, so it's a full path to an object. So that looks good. If the SHA cannot be generated, then it will not go forward and create the file. It will not do it. So in our case, and he will not do it if the repository name is undefined or the repository object is undefined. So why it says here SHA? Okay, but SHA is not undefined. SHA is empty. That means that in these cases, here it put it undefined because the repository is bad. But when the object is not, so it's good. So that means that we are not, I have not ported well the code. It looks like we have a SHA. That SHA, like the previous code, it start being empty. So repository name is not good. This is a repository not found. If repository object is null, it means, well, just that there is no file. And by the way, this is going to happen all the time in our case, because we are not updating files, we are creating new files. So in this case, I don't really even need to do anything. So if it is not null, then we are going to say that SHA is this. Otherwise, SHA is going to be its initial value. Okay. So we will add some comments here to clarify. We need to calculate SHA that is only that will have a value if the file already exists. Otherwise, it won't. Okay. So there is really no possibility for SHA to be undefined in our situation. And so this should be more or less like this. Okay, let's try things out again. Run. Run again. Run. Okay, now I understand what is going on. The thing is that I open this not as a task server, but I open it as a super algos workspace. And this doesn't have a launch configuration because it's generic. So it only runs when I run it from the root object. Okay, that's the mystery. At every other file, if I run it, it's going to run that file, and that file is not going to work. So that's the reason why this was not working. Before I was using other Visual Studio codes. As you can see, they were open from another setting file or launch. No, and it's not a launch file, but it's a VS Code file that are configured there with a launch module that is the task root. Okay, that was the mystery. Now I get it. Okay, so now I have to run everything from here, and it's always going to run. Then I will debug from here. Still, I don't know why it runs 2 times this through here, but now I don't really mind that much. So this is the second time. Okay, now we're here. Okay, so the file content, oh my god. Why the file content is not... I lost the file content on the way. Why? Um, I'm trying to see where I lost the file content. But since I have... Ah, okay. Look at this. Okay, let's explain why we were getting 2 times in the same place. Because instead of load file, I'm running a save file 2 times, and in this case there is no file content. Okay, and the problem that we are having is because we are not awaiting stuff, so this is going straight. Okay, so let's fix this mess. Here we are awaiting, and everything in here is awaited. Await all asynchronic operations. So await here, and we need to await this too. Await, as we will need to await this stuff. Okay, also we are going to await this, and now it should be a little bit better. Okay, running, debug, run, and it runs only once. So do we have file content? Yes, we have. So buffer the content, and this saves. I don't know why it's showing this. Okay, let it run. Okay. Okay. So something failed, and there is no information of what exactly failed or how. So probably we will have to start writing the. We will need to start writing the error handling here. So here we will add catch GitHub error. Okay, we'll try it again to see if we can see what is the problem. Okay, I cannot run it here. Already learned that. Run it there. Debug from here. Didn't expect that. HTTP API GitHub. Okay, here I have it. So, message not found. HTTP request method put body file path my folder my file name JSON blah blah blah. Maybe the folder not being there is a problem. Not found. Contents. Why contents? What is this contents? Okay, the contents of the repository. That this means this. So this doesn't tell me something that I can use to realize what is going on. Stack. Everything looks good to me. File path, my folder, my file name.json, message, blah blah blah. So I'm going to make a quick test, removing the folder, because there is a chance that it doesn't work if the folder doesn't exist. So to test that, I'm going to create a new version of this, only with the file name without the folder. Okay, so if that is the problem, then it should work now. So let's go here. Okay, no, this is not a problem. Not found. What could that mean, not found? What could that mean? Okay, the next thing I would do in this case is to look for the API and see what this is all about. Create or update file contents. Create a new file or replaces an existing file in a repository. So name, report, path, message, the commit message, path, parameter, content. The new file content uses basis 64 encoding. SHA, is this required? No. So why are we using it? Required if you are updating a file. The blob SHA of the file being replaced. So if we are going to be inserting files, which is our case, all of this is not required. So probably we should remove that. Let me check. In our use cases, we want to record signals. and we want to record posts. The posts are not really updatable like in Twitter. So in our case, there will be no SHA. So we can save that stuff. Branch. So committer. So what else are we sending here? Maybe we are sending the SHA, the empty SHA, and that is the problem because it doesn't find this stuff. Yeah, I believe that's the problem. I believe that's the problem. We are sending the empty SHA, and we shouldn't. Okay, so what we are going to do is remove the SHA. So we are not going to need this or this. In fact, anything of this. All our files are going to be new files, as far as I can see. What about the network node? What is the network node is going to be recording? The network node is going to be recording files with events. So these are not, we're not going to be updating anything. So we are going to remove the SHA parameter and we're going to try it again. Okay, so we go back here, debug, run this, run this. Okay, it seems that the SHA was not the problem. We are still getting exactly the same error, not found. Okay, I will have to research this further. We're going to leave it here. We are almost there, but it seems that we will need one more episode on this, one more session, because this is not going to be working at the first try. Also, we will need to be making the error handling correctly all the way down to the task server. So yeah, well, to recap, today we We completed the coding without debugging. We fixed many stuff that was not really well written, and we debug half of the way until we are saving the information in GitHub. We need to debug the retrieving of the information and put all the mechanism for error handling. So we are going to do that at the next episode. This was enough for this one. Thank you for watching and see you next time, guys.